Hello everyone, this is Judith with another video, and today we're talking about sadistic twin flames. Do they exist? Is your twin flame sadistic? And I give you the answer right away. No, your twin flame is not sadistic. If a person behaves in that way, then this is most likely not your twin. Your twin could mirror some sadistic patterns to you. They could be a mirror of that, but they would not do this for very long because they would hate themselves for doing this. They would feel immediately that something is off and then leave. So your twin flame is not sadistic, but if you attract sadistic people into your life, then most likely you've grown up with a narcissist, with a psychopath, with somebody that is heavily damaged from their own childhood, right? Whether this was your mother or your father. So there is no blaming. But if you have experienced something like that, then most likely you would go through different stages along the twin flame journey. And one of those stages might be that you suspect your twin flame to be sadistic, right? This might happen. But usually, and I want to talk about this, how this unfolds, how this plays out on the twin flame journey a little bit. Most likely you will have other players in your life that, and I'm choking, so there are dark energies there. There is stuff that needs to be resolved. That's your stuff that I'm feeling, right? So there are other people in your life that are like playing this sadistic role in order to trigger those, to push your buttons, right? And to bring up all of the gunk in order to be healed, because this needs to happen. When you carry wounds from narcissistic abuse or from whatever abuse, what I want to talk about today is sadism, right? And so that's something very harsh when we experience that. And very often we cannot put the finger on that. It stays hidden, right? There are all kinds of things that are out, right? Out in the light. Like when you experience violence or physical abuse or whatever, you cannot hide that, right? But with sadism and other forms of narcissistic abuse, very often this we are not seeing this. We're having a blind spot in those areas. So yeah, but this needs to go. We cannot move into union with our twin flame because this is a very high vibration. So those lower things, they must go. And very often, most of the time, always, this is very heavy and dense stuff, and it's not fun to move through that. So I want to give you a perspective in relation to that is serving you. This message might not be for all of you, but I believe that if you are on the channel here with me and you are like interested in the content, then most likely you have gone through some kind of narcissistic abuse. Yeah, and what's so interesting along the journey is to discover little by little that really every little thing that is showing up in our reality, right, in our 3D reality, is like mirroring something to us, something that we need to see and that we need to heal. So this is then done by other people, not by our twin flames. It could be someone at work, it could be someone in the family, it could be family, maybe not so often because that's where it comes from, that where it all starts, right? But so there could be other family members sometimes triggering us, but most likely it would be a narcissistic friend, an ex-partner, someone in the neighborhood, someone at work, or if you are like at university or something that could be someone there. So someone that is bullying you, bullying you, gaslighting you, playing mind games. And you could attract this from different people, or from several people at once. And you might wonder what's happening here, right? But those things are giving you the exact same flavor that you experienced in your childhood. And it's not only your childhood, those things are on different levels, right? It's multidimensional. You've heard me talk about that. There, when you work through it, a lot is on the level of the personality and the subpersonalities. One of them is the inner child, right? And some things also go back to past lives. And along the journey, this is an ascension path, you grow, right? You grow. And so on different layers, different levels of your soul, there are wounds that come up and also need to be healed. So this might then not be your stuff, but for example, the wound of a soul group member. So you can think of it in that way. So it's on very different, on various levels, things that come up. You'd always feel that, right? You would feel that, and it's very uncomfortable. And the thing is that normally what we tend to do is we run off and talk to a friend if we experience, like if we are bullied, if we experience sadism. We are very afraid, of course. Fear is a big part of that. The fear needs to go, right? And can be very threatening, and can go to can come to the feeling that we are like that our life is threatened, even if on the outside. I mean, I'm not telling that your life is not threatened when it maybe is. I'm talking about experiencing like maybe challenging things in a way that is like over the top, right? So that's the thing that's coming up, this fear, the panic and everything. That's the wound. That's the wound popping up, showing itself to you. And then what we usually do is we run off to somebody and talk to someone, and we soothe ourselves because this other person is calming us down. Then this other person just comforts us and has the same opinion maybe. And so we're calming ourselves, and we're getting back to normal. But that's basically what keeps us in the circle over and over again. So what I've done is like sitting with those feelings, and of course I have specific techniques of how to attack those things and how to clear and transform all of that. So if you need help with those things along your twin flame journey to move those blocks out of the way, then you're very welcome to book a session. You find the link to my offers in the description box. And yeah, and that's really I'm choking, so some of you might have those, for sure, might have like issues like that. And yeah, and then it's more beneficial for us to work through the wound to heal those things. And it can take a while because it has their different aspects, right? One is fear, one other aspect is panic, one other aspect is like hating yourself. It's maybe like hate of men or women in the family, in the ancestry, right? Also those kind of patterns, of templates, everything is tied into this wound. Everything that is on your plate to be cleared basically is tied into the wound in a magic way, so that you have everything if you know how to look at it. And that's the good news, right? So I think that it's not easy, but it's very empowering. You're no longer a victim of the things that you experience. And maybe you would go back and forth, like feeling like a victim every once in a while. Doesn't matter, right? It's gaining mastery and moving forward on the journey in an empowering way. Because we cannot accomplish anything without power, right? Without being in our power. And how do we do this? How can we be in our power? Basically by healing the wounds and being in our expanded self, right? Connected to our higher self, connected to upstairs, connected to our guide teams and our energy body, and of course also our body. Everything is working together here, but also our energy body is sometimes very damaged and as if it's crumbled, right? And you have to spread it like wings and unfold everything and adjust everything and maybe also repair everything that is damaged. This goes also for the chakras, and then little by little we can hold the light, right? And when we can hold the light, then we are more in our power, and then we are ready to go from there and to expand more and more and to stand more firmly. What does that mean, to stand more firmly? Well, it's to love unconditionally. That's what we talk a lot about along the twin flame journey, to love unconditionally, to love what shows up, to stay in love no matter what shows up on the outside, no matter really what other people do. We're not reacting anymore, but we are choosing our path, right? And so a big chunk of this love is self-love, right? That's a big part of it. So yeah, though this is very, very interesting, and you have all my admiration that you are on this journey. We are together on this journey, and you're doing so good, and I'm so proud of you, really, that you are doing all of this. You have all my love and all my compassion, and please leave a comment if there is an issue that I could maybe help you with, or make a video about something that is important to you, questions that you have in relation to this or other topics. Yeah, it's quite a ride to be on the journey, but there are blocks that need to go, and I think it's nobody can take that away from you, right? If you stand in your power, then that's something that you have achieved, and yeah, really nobody can take that away. So that's something fabulous to work towards, right? And of course, when you are in your power and when you are expanded, then that's also where you align with your twin flame union. But that's for another video. I will talk about the different layers, the different stages, not stages of the twin flame journey, but where actually you meet, or you come into union with your twin flame, because that's different for every couple. That's also interesting. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and I wish you a really beautiful day, evening, morning, wherever you are on the planet. And I see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.